So it'll be like, ooh wee. What's up with that? What's up with that?
Oh, 4 beers ago, two guys came together and they created a podcast.
Fortunately, they were also conscious enough to clean it up.
Yeah, either to your fortune or to your chagrin. Here we are doing it once again. It is the show about everything and nothing all at once. Whether you like us, whether you love us, or whether you hate us, we're definitely proof that there is a better podcast. With me in the studio today, we've got Tony. And we are Sans Serif today again. Sans Serif? I'm D-Lo.
I think that's a font type, Sans Serif.
Sans Serif.
Oh, Sans Serif. My bad.
Sans Serif.
Sans Serif?
Anyway, we're without her. I feel like she's ditching us.
Do you think she's still reading that book?
Probably. All right, you want to get in touch with us? Great ways you can do that via email. That's one. How do you do that?
There is a better podcast at gmail.com.
You can get us on Twitter. That is, there is a better than the number one. And finally on Instagram.
There is a better podcast.
Yeah, coming up in the show today, we're going to bring weirdness and history together.
I like that.
Weirdness and history together.
Weird history. Is that like... Bukaki!
Or were you going to ask?
I was going to ask, can we do that like drunk history? Should we drink a lot and then talk about history?
We could make that a part of the conversation. I thought about diving into that, but I decided not to. Mm-hmm. But I am not opposed to doing so if you feel the need.
Okay.
Drunk history is a really good one to check out. Anyway, review which Hollywood flicks got history right and which ones got it wrong.
Nice.
Well, finally, we are going to rewrite history with some BadLibs today, doing BadLibs.
I like that. You know what? Maybe we should, since Sarah's not here today, I wonder if we can find like a little BadLibs generator in place of her. I'll do my own, and then we'll have the generator in place of
We could, but
Sarah.
I already wrote some stuff out. So,
oh, well, in that case,
you just
whatever.
Killed all the time I took to do that.
No,
nope, we can do it.
It's
whatever.
Fine.
Anyway, let's dig into the Wordhole.
What is the Wordhole for
Let's
today?
Find out what's down there. Today's word is
Gestalt.
Gestalt. You familiar with this one already?
Gestalt.
I've heard of it. I've heard it used before. The fact that it's spelled differently than how it is pronounced,
I'm pretty sure.
a little bit interesting to me.
Pretty sure this is a German word. I didn't dig that deep.
I think
I only dug to the point that I had to find the word.
And I think Sean Connery would be probably the best person to read that word, because that's just how he is. Gestalt. Sean Connery.
So you're saying
Gestalt.
he is an organized whole that is perceived as more than the sum of its parts?
Yes.
Okay.
An organized whole. He is a whole.
Technically speaking, we are Gestalt, right?
Gestalt, yes,
Gestalt.
with the
Gestalt.
absence of Sarita today. Sarah.
Oh, yeah, we are not.
Shara.
Today we are not Gestalt.
Oh, sorry.
Gestalt.
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 Yeah, it is easier if you say it like Sean Connery, isn't it?
Sean Gestalt.
It's got that automatic little schalt in it.
Gestalty.
Yeah.
Schalt.
Anyway, that is our word for today. The reason I chose that is because I like the word. That's all I got for you.
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, and
Have a great day. Not really. I did forget to pull up the stuff I had set aside. So this is
God.
I'm going to be doing this as I go.
Is it
along.
that infectious? Because I had the same problem last week.
Exactly. And that's actually what I was just thinking of. I was like,
Lord,
why did I not prepare at all here? And
yeah, we had a whole week to get that figured out.
Yeah.
And
And it's taking forever for my computer to load, so that's
Gestalt.
even better. Anyway, let's get to the better recommendation. I can probably talk a little bit about it while I'm trying to pull up the info that I've got for you here. I've got our better recommendation today, and it is on YouTube. It is something called the Weird History Channel.
But before we go, what is YouTube?
Okay.
I've never heard of this before. YouTube. Is that like a tube made in the shape of a U? But that wouldn't really be a tube. It would be more of like a half pipe.
Well, and how do you spell you? So
EWE. Oh, it's a tube filled with the animal.
I'm waiting for you to pick up. Okay,
I like that.
Tight.
Yeah,
Right.
I like YouTube.
Yeah, like everything is loading real slow, so we'd still have to kill more time. Anyway, I will do my best to do this off the cuff. I usually, it's kind of how I feel right now, especially as slow as this computer is moving. So I'm going to do my best to go ahead and do this on a whim. Oh, wait. I think my show prep is coming up. Wow. I've actually got something. I've still got the pinwheel of death.
I think that I think your Mac is jealous of this brand new, beautiful 10.2-inch screen of the new iPad that I had unveiled last week.
Considering my Mac could be considered a classic now.
Classic Mac, like classic Coke.
Yes, exactly.
It doesn't contain.
And I just opened that through the wrong thing. Okay.
All right, so we're
great.
gonna go ahead and.
Anyway, so history. Did you ever get into history when you were in school?
History was okay. It was not my favorite subject. I did not do very well in it, but our history teacher was probably one of the coolest teachers I'd had. You know, he actually made history class entertaining and fun, and I just remember like he would name some of the people in the class. He would give us nicknames. Like one of them was Nikita Khrushchev.
Okay.
And I think it was just because it was actually a girl in the class who was named Nikita Khrushchev, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Nikita Khrushchev was a male, a dude, a guy, a Napoleon-esque type of character, being a male, a him, Hymn, a him.
So that's the point, though. He made it fun for you.
Well, he made it fun, and he would stand out in front of the door and greet every single person with a particularly special greeting.
Oh, he's ahead of the curve on that then, because a lot of teachers do that now.
May I name him? Does it matter?
It's up to you.
His name was Mr. Clonehammer. They called him Mr. Clone.
It's an interesting name.
I liked it. Yeah. But yeah, he was one of the more favorable teachers. Not to say that there weren't favorable teachers at where I grew up, but all those teachers there, some were ahead, like you said, ahead of the curve, and he was definitely one of those. And he would salute me, because that's what I would do. Is like my way of saying hi to people would just like give like a 2-finger salute from the forehead.
Yeah.
You know I do that. And so I've been doing that for that long, back in high school and junior high.
Still haven't grown up?
No, not at all. I won't graduate. But
for
me, Anthony.
For me, I wasn't as fortunate in high school. I actually did not think I liked history in high school. It was usually a lot of dates and a lot more dates and just things that.
Why were you dating your teacher?
It made it very
and do you have video
boring
of this?
That it was presented in a dry form. And it wasn't until I got to college when I had one history professor who basically got to the point where he would tell the story behind the story. And that's what I think makes history interesting.
Comes alive.
And that's when I started to go, oh shit, I actually enjoy this stuff. And I've referenced the Weird History Channel, of course, a couple times on the podcast. And if we were to do a top 5 on YouTube channels, it would definitely be one of my picks. The Weird is...
we're not doing that?
No,
Sorry.
we are not.
Okay.
But that's okay. You can hold off on the music just because I got some things coming up here.
Sure.
Weird History Channel, they do a great job of telling the story behind the story, and they do it in a very humorous, tongue-in-cheek manner. That's what I like about it. Subject matter covers everything from ancient times. You got classical history figures, pop culture phenoms like you got disco, how E.T. ended Atari. We know the story there, right?
Yes.
And... of course, they also got something because, again, they cover almost everything, the McRib sandwich.
Roger Mandigo, our food Dr. Frankenstein from earlier, who created boneless pork from scratch, since most pigs found in nature have bones, and gourmet chef Rene Arend, who made that science experiment a craveable, edible sandwich. Chef Arend was first in his class at the College Technique de Strasbourg and the head chef of the fancy Chicago restaurant Whitehall Club before being recruited over to the Golden Arches by Ray Kroc himself. His mission, research and develop for the fast food empire. Today, that would be like if celebrity chef Jose Andres were to suddenly start hawking Taco Bell's Doritos Loco Taco. McDonald's felt their new lab-created meat, but still real meat, needed its own PR spin to get people on board. But I mean, who can't get on board with a smushed meatish part party smothered in barbecue sauce?
Gimme.
I'm on board.
All right, so there you go. A little clip from the McRib.
The McRib?
The McRib.
I was really enjoying the disco porno
In the
music.
background?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do a lot of that disco porno stuff in the background.
Really?
I
Totally
dig
get
it.
into that.
It makes it work. And going back to telling the story behind the story, was that what you were raising your hand
That's
for?
what I was raising my hand for, but yeah.
Because I feel like now we're in a history class.
Oh, sorry.
Going back to telling the story behind
Sorry,
the
Mr.
story.
D-Lo.
Weird.
Is it D or is it Low? Mr. Low.
It is Mr. Low.
Mr. Low.
I am Lou. Weird History has a number of quirky classic history videos. They've got like weird facts about King Tut, the real Captain Morgan, so you can find out where that guy actually is from, and how teeth indicated status throughout history.
In numerous cultures, the conditions of one's teeth is intimately connected to their social status. Bright white teeth are considered a status symbol today, but they weren't always. In ancient Etruscan society, for example, the upper classes often had their teeth removed and replaced with flashy gold facsimiles, long before Big Daddy Kane or Flavor Flav.
There you go. Very tongue-in-cheek, as I said.
Nice.
And then 2020, this was awesome. And I don't know if you're going to like this or hate this because...
Both?
You always talk about when we get to talking about the show. What's the show? Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
How you don't really like the nostalgia aspect.
You know, I lost that entire debate, so I don't really have any ground to stand on.
Well, in 2020, Weird History did a series of videos, and they ended up being one of my favorites. It was called the 80s Timeline. It was cool. They dove into each year from 80 to 89, and then the following year, in 2021, they followed up with a 90s timeline. Here's a little clip from that.
Speaking of leaving 1999, on the last day of the 20th century, the big fear was Y2K. The Y2K theory was that once the clock struck midnight on December 31st, global computer systems wouldn't be able to process the 2 and 0 in the year 2000. This could cause software malfunctions to bring down worldwide industries and even air traffic. Companies spent billions of dollars restructuring and
I have a story about
securing
that.
their data and rewriting code. End-of-the-world predictions and apocalyptic scenarios were commonly mentioned.
During that time of tribulation, the
God?
Antichrist.
No, the
will come
Antichrist.
to
Oh.
great power.
But in the end,
No, that's why I was right.
really
God.
happened.
And do you remember that? I mean, do you remember like all the religious figure, like just all these different religious people just saying that it was like the end of the world, the apocalypse, everything else. And just like, what was it, 2012? The end of the Mayan calendar.
The Mayan calendar, yep.
Where,
yep.
you know, it was like this big build up and then.
Wah, wah, wah. Some people say
That's what
though
he did.
that it actually occurred, and then somehow we had flipped into a parallel universe due to the Hadron Collider opening up a wormhole, and somehow we were all sucked in, and now we're living in a negative world, like the opposite world,
All right.
and that the true Mayan calendar ended in 2012, meaning that the end of the world came along. We
So
just
it
didn't
already came, we
experience
just
it.
don't know it.
Exactly, we just don't know it.
Interesting.
But go ahead.
No, what was your Y2K story there?
So the girl I was dating at the time, her parents, very religious people. They also had that fear. They had the belief that, you know, planes are going to fall out of the sky and the system, like the grid, everything was going to crash. And so they were kind of like doomsday preppers. They had an entire basement full of canned goods. You remember duct tape and bottled water?
I do, yep.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yep.
So, yeah, they carried, they had duct tape and bottled water in the basement, lots of canned goods. And then as it got closer to midnight, I think it was about like 11:55, they turned off all the lights, the computer, unplugged everything that they could with exception to the fridge and the TV. And then they lit candles so that we could watch the world burn at midnight.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, the thing that we didn't think of is we are on the end of the international date line.
Right.
How many other countries have already done
Gone through
their
it.
Y2K flip? Nothing happened.
Yeah. Yep. So, did you hang out with the family that night or not?
I did. It was fun anyway. I mean, they're good people, don't get me wrong. And
Still humorous.
it, it is. And then 12:01,
I mean, for anybody
turning everything back on.
alive at that time, of course, it was just because I worked at a bar and I think I've told you the story before, but we waited until midnight, and just as a joke, we did the Happy New Year's, and then we all turned off the lights right afterwards. And there was this kind of weird vibe, and then all of a sudden we turned them back on. They were like, "Yay!"
So they thought that the place just went down because of Y2K. Yeah, oh God, that's hilarious.
I mean, if you'd looked around, you would have seen like computers and stuff on still anyway. But just for a moment, it was fun.
You said something about King Tut, and this just came to mind.
Oh God. It was actually, I believe, like I want to say it was definitely a top 10 song there.
That's enough of that.
Steve Martin back in the day, and
used to be funny. Just kidding, he is funny.
It still is a good song. I actually heard it the other day, and I am trying to remember what I think I want to say it was a top 10 hit, but I could be wrong.
It might be.
I'm looking.
I used to have
top 20 though.
I used to have that on vinyl.
Reaching number 17 in 1978.
Reaching number 17 in 1978. It's King Tut.
Pretty much. You should have done that more Casey Kasem style, but
Casey Kasem here, and why is it that we have to go into?
Pretty much dated ourselves just knowing that we know Casey Kasem.
He was born in Michigan.
Is he really?
Yes.
Did not know he was Michigander.
Yep. What's the name of that city over by Detroit? It is.
Oh yeah, there's only one city by Detroit, so
I don't remember the city. I'm sorry, but if you know the name of the city, go ahead, tweet it at us. There is a better number one.
The many cities that are over by Detroit.
There's at least one. I believe it's. It starts with a D. Starts with a D. Davenport's coming to mind, but that's not the name of a city. That's the name of a school. It doesn't even reside out.
I mean, there's like Hamtramck, there's Wyandotte, there's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them that are spelled really interestingly.
Yes. Anyway, finishing up
when you find a stranger in the Alps.
Finishing up our better recommendation, the 99 timeline that was actually released back in September of 21, and then Weird History said they were going to follow up with yet another timeline. This time they're going to do it for the 70s, and lo and behold. They just did their first episode of it last Sunday, so they've been releasing them on Sunday. So we've got 70, and as
80,
of the release
90.
of this podcast, 71.
Oh.
So that means you can catch the first two videos of the 70s. Again, it's called Weird History Channel. It's YouTube. It's awesome. Check it out sometime. That's it. That's all I got for the Better Rec.
All right. Well, let's move on to something else.
We're going to move on to... it was one of those things where as I get to watch these videos, you try to be as thorough as you can be. Mm-hmm. And I started to wonder, and I did not prep for this at all, and I haven't seen these. So I started to wonder, because sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, wow, that was a really good movie. And sometimes they've got that historical base. Yeah. But most of the time they're way off from what originally, what really happened.
Right. It's like formatting the TV back in the day where you had widescreen and then you had to go down to the 3x4 or 4x3, and you're missing a lot of the actual stuff that, is important. Like in this case, truth.
Sure.
This has been formatted to fit this box of what we consider as the truth.
And when you're trying to make entertainment, I mean, I suppose you got to stretch that truth every so often.
Are you not entertained?
So I got to wonder, and I looked it up. I tried to find out what the most historically accurate and inaccurate movies of all time were. Do you want to take a shot at some of the most inaccurate?
I'm going to say History of the World Part 1. Probably one of the options in there.
Well, they did not list that one, but that is a good pick. You got any others?
I do not know. Right. Hold on. Ben-Hur.
So this is, according to, I should give whoever credit here, because I did not come up with this list. His name is Jack Delaney. He's from Medium.com, written back in 2017. Number 15, we've got Shakespeare in Love from 1998. Did you see that?
Wasn't that with Gwyneth Paltrow? I think that was Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes.
And what's crazy about that movie, she reminded me of a girl that I used to date. She looked so much like her in that movie. And she had
she kind of looks like somebody I used to date too.
She had a topless scene, and it was fucking with my head because, again, very similar to. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Probably a lot more than we needed to know, but that's fair.
You know, I didn't tell you who she looked like. I've dated enough.
Yeah, it was Gwyneth Paltrow. I loved that movie, but when you watch it, you kind of know that it's pretty much made up and fluff with as much that happens in it.
I told her about that too.
Yeah?
Yeah. She laughed.
She's
like,
she didn't agree?
I haven't seen that movie. I said, oh, well, you don't need to see it because you just look in the mirror.
Coming in at number 14, Oliver Stone movie, JFK from 1991.
JFK, blown away. What else do I have to say? We
So again,
didn't start the fire.
These are, again, the most historically inaccurate, not accurate movies.
But
So
do you count on Oliver?
don't take a history lesson from JFK or Shakespeare unless.
Do you count on Oliver Stone, though, to be fully accurate with every depiction? I mean, he did, what was that other movie that he did about the Doors lead singer, Jim Morrison? I think he did that one. It was, I think some liberties were taken with that. Even the death part.
Yeah, I'd say so. But
we all know he's still alive. He's hanging out with Sasquatch.
but you're also talking about, with the Doors, there's a little bit of, you got to stretch into the whole psychedelic stuff.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, he's going to go ahead and fluff the truth a little bit there.
Fluffer.
Fluff it.
Fluffinufficus.
Number 13, are you not entertained?
I am entertained.
Number
Is this
13?
a trick question?
No, come on. What's that from?
300.
Nope, it is not.
Hold on. Gladiator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gladiator at the gangbang. Oh, yes, he is.
Oh, he is Gladiator.
From 2000, yeah. Gladiator coming in at number 13 as the most inaccurate. This one I've never heard of. 2000, U-571.
It was about a submarine, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it. They're on a submarine in the picture, so.
I think that was like in reference to Hunt for Red October.
Okay.
Actually, I'm just pulling shit out of my ass. I really don't know. But U-571...
Well, and again, I didn't dive into like getting the details of the stuff. It does give a little bit here. You could actually dive into it yourself here too. There's a little link.
If I do...
Oh, it's okay. You can know what they are. Coming in at number 11, Apocalypto. Did you see this? I didn't see this.
I did
2006,
not.
from 2006. No. I'm kind of curious. No, it's the Mayan Kingdom, and the face of its demise, the rulers insist... Yeah, because nobody knows what the hell happened to the Mayans.
Apocalypto. Yeah. Epic historical adventure film by Mel Gibson. You can trust Mel Gibson because he probably shows up again on this list.
He does. Does he? Actually, I'm looking. Oh, yeah, he does.
He probably
does. He
does.
Yeah,
he probably does.
See, you were right. You see, you had some in mind. You knew some.
Well, I'm actually doing some research with you as we're talking going along here.
So number 10,
doing the googs.
Number 10 in 2006, the movie 300.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that movie.
That was incredibly way off base.
Now, was Braveheart in there and Troy as well?
Getting there.
I'm just throwing that out there and seeing what's
Braveheart is a very good guess. So
okay.
I'm not sure about Troy. And in number 9, 10,000 BC. I guess that's historically inaccurate.
Hold on. Is that the one with Michael Cera? Oh, no, that's year 1. My apologies.
Well,
that one might be accurate.
And he does have a point here. And this is where I wish I had done a little more research because then I'd actually have his reasoning behind it.
Haven't we fought on Twitter enough to know that everybody says, do your research?
Yeah, well, I already told you my reasoning. I just was not with it last night. So.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Astounding choice to have a woolly mammoth living in the desert was one thing. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. Yeah. But then making them help create the pyramids was an extra level of madness. Okay. I'm not sure who he's specifically talking about.
John.
Anyway.
So I think some guy named John.
Number 8, I did not see in 2006, Marie Antoinette.
Did not see it, did not want to, but that makes me wonder then.
Who never said what? She never said what? Marie Antoinette. What did she never say?
Let them eat cake?
Yeah, she never said that.
Huh.
Didn't know that, did you?
How was she? Does anybody know how she was credited with that? Then
there's varying facts, and actually, I have something on that somewhere along the line. But I'll go ahead and tell you what I know based off of what I remember, and that is that her opposition or whoever it is that wanted to take her down said that she said it. So almost early propaganda.
Let them eat cake is the most famous quote attributed to Marie Antoinette. As the story goes, it was the queen's response upon being told that her starving peasant subjects had no bread. But because cake is more expensive than bread, the anecdote that has been cited as an example of Marie Antoinette's obliviousness to the condition and daily lives of ordinary people. But did she actually utter those words? Probably not. According to Britannica, she didn't. It translates to let them eat brioche. Brioche. Bread. Mangent de la brioche. That's about as good as French as I can get.
And you did perfectly fine because I have no idea what it says. Even though I took French in high school, I don't get it.
Of course, brioche is a rich bread made of eggs and butter, almost as luxurious as cake. So that's probably how they got it confused.
And
let's just guess.
Coming in at number 7, Tom Cruise movie. Any idea?
Far and Away.
From 2003.
Mission Impossible.
Days
of Thunder.
Plays a role that he really should not have played at all, honestly, in my opinion.
Oh, wait, was he that fat bastard?
Like, I kind of liked the movie, but it was like, you could tell it just wasn't accurate at all. It's The Last Samurai.
Wasn't there a big, from what I recall, there was like a huge issue about him being the last samurai because he's not, first of all, he's not of Asian descent.
No.
I think that already was a strike one against the entire movie, and there was kind of a big uproar from what I recall.
Yeah, American military advisor hired by the Japanese after being captured in battle. While Japan did hire foreign military advisors, they never once hired an American, as their advisors were mostly French.
So apparently,
Français.
So apparently, that's the inaccurate part historically.
He lists more here. While one can forgive the change of the origin for the military advisor, it is still doubtful. Retired Civil War veteran could be
a silverware veteran.
A silverware veteran could become a master samurai at all. Let alone in such a short period of time. Yeah, and that is true. He moved right through the training quite quickly.
Indubitably.
So, number 6 is a Mel Gibson film.
Oh.
And I'll even let you know that
Lethal Weapon 2
show up on this list. Lethal Weapon 2. No, that's just to get dumb. Come on, history.
Okay. Passion of the Christ.
You already said Braveheart.
Is it Passion?
No.
Oh.
It was The Patriot from 2000.
Oh.
Portrayal of American Revolution follows Benjamin Martin as he leads the colonial militia after his son is murdered by a British officer.
Murder-dirter.
The film is more akin to American patriot propaganda, particularly in the unfair representation of the British soldiers. They're British soldiers, whose depiction is reminiscent of the Nazis during World War II.
We have some silverware veterans.
Which is true. This is the most prevalent when the soldiers burn the elderly, women, and children to death inside a church.
Good God.
You remember this movie, right?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, okay.
You know me. I'm like the last person who watches any fucking movies.
Says the guy who's watched more movies than I have this year.
Evil
British.
I'm making up for lost
Jason
time.
Isaacs' evil British colonel was based on the historical figure Colonel Tarleton, which I probably got wrong. Tarleton.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders?
And there is no evidence that he ever broke the rules of engagement, let alone by shooting a child in cold blood. Yeah, it was a pretty gruesome movie. Coming in at number 5.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Alexander from 2004. Did you see this one?
I heard it was great.
I did not watch it.
There was a joke in there.
Yeah. Oliver Stone again.
Oliver Closoff?
No. Number 4. There it is. You ready? Braveheart. From 95, which we all knew. We all know. I'm saying this as I go to say it. I'm like, maybe everybody doesn't know that. It's partly the reason why I'm saying this.
Not everybody does, but...
Yeah, Braveheart follows William Wallace, a 13th century Scottish warrior who begins a revolt against King Edward I of England. The film dramatizes a lot, and the timeline is heavily altered as real-life historical figures' ages don't simply line up. There, of course. There it is.
I am William Wallace.
William Wallace is 7 feet tall.
Yes, I've heard. Killed
He's got
men
a
by
dick
the
to
hundred.
match it.
And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes.
Swear to God.
And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny.
Should I just keep fast forwarding?
No.
Okay.
Are you trying to get to a certain spot
You've
there?
come to fight as
I think
free
you
men.
are. I think
Yeah.
you are.
Do I have a while?
I think so.
Free men you are.
Oh,
Oh. Is it coming up?
What will
pause.
you do without freedom?
Pause for dramatic effect.
Will you fight?
Watching his eyes. He's like looking over the director, then he's looking over at some of the castmates. And he's looking at,
he was the director.
then he's looking up. Well, yeah. Then he's looking in the mirror. Then he's looking over at the craft table.
Aye.
He's looking at the donut table.
Run, and you'll live.
Are you trying to get to the freedom part?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, this is in a lot further than I
And down in your
remember.
beds, many years from now,
Okay.
Many
you'll
years
be
from now.
willing to trade all the days from this day to that.
Jesus
For
Christ,
one
William,
chance,
get to it.
Just one chance to come
Right.
back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives,
Okay.
they'll never take our freedom.
They'll never take a horse. What? That'll never
Really?
take.
We really took the long way around to get to that. Huh?
You know, I
So
should.
again, that was number 4.
I should have put the closed captioning on it so at least I could read where it's going.
Most inaccurate
Yeah.
movies made. Historical movies, that is. Argo, I've never seen. Have you seen this?
Ergo.
Is
No,
it?
I have
Oh,
not.
no, it's Argo. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right.
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
2012. I don't know anything about that. Apparently, it's directed and starring Ben Affleck. 2013 Best Picture screenplay. Winning movie follows an undercover CIA agent masquerading as a Hollywood producer in order to rescue 6 Americans. Blah blah blah. I'm trying to get to the point of why it was.
blah,
Major
blah.
point of
Why does it
contention
s- why does
in
it
the film
slap?
is the American government's resistance to the film crew plan. This was never an issue. In fact, they chose the film crew option out of 3 options offered by the CIA right off the bat.
CAA.
CIA.
The car.
So there you go. Another Ben Affleck movie following that up from 2001. This is a movie about World War II. You want to take a shot at it?
I'm going to guess it's
Michael
called...
Bay was the director.
It's not what it is.
Again.
I'm going to go with... Batman.
Yeah, that was historically inaccurate, but
Good, I
not the
got it,
movie
yeah.
we were looking for. Number 2 is Pearl Harbor.
Good Will Hunting.
Pearl Harbor.
A movie I have
and then
not
finally,
seen.
the number 1 most inaccurate, historically inaccurate movie of all time is a cartoon. Is a
okay?
cartoon. Yeah, I'm burping.
Yeah, I could hear that.
It's a good beer, though.
Yeah? What are you drinking?
I am drinking Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA.
Ooh, and that's from who? New Holland.
Yeah, no, New Belgium.
New Belgium, like I said.
Number 1 is a cartoon. What is it? Do you know? From 95. Disney.
Cool World.
Um,
Close, but no cigar. Oh, Toy Story.
involves the exploration of North America.
I'm still going to say Toy Story because toys don't come to life. At least we have not seen that. Maybe it is a true
No,
story.
it would be Pocahontas. Yeah, telling the story of an English soldier and a daughter of a Native American chief. I can't say the actual Native American name because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
I'm just an idiot today. That's all there is to it. Just
I believe
accept
his name is Chief Meteorologist.
I can barely keep my eyes open at the moment.
Sorry, that was a terrible joke.
Moreover, Smith's child of rescuing him from being killed by her tribe may not even be true, et cetera, et cetera. So there's quite a few examples, and I probably should have done a better job of outlining why they were inaccurate. But there you go. There's your top 15
Okay,
inaccurate.
top 15. Top
Over
15.
to the most historically accurate. We'll run through these a little quicker.
Yeah.
Number 15 is Chapter 27. I have never seen this. 2001.
Next.
Or 2007. Have you haven't seen it, obviously.
Is that like a bankruptcy story?
It is an in-depth exploration of the assassination of John Lennon.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I would be up for that.
I think that's interesting that we've never heard of it and never seen it.
Because you and I are big Beatles fans.
Yeah,
I know you love the Beatles. You celebrate their entire
that would be
catalog.
you. That would be you.
Oh, right.
I'm trying to remember
That is historically inaccurate of me.
I'm trying to even remember the assassin. Oh, Chapman, David Chapman.
Mark
right?
David Chapman.
Yeah, Mark
Yes.
David Chapman.
Yep.
Is he the one that had the copy of Catcher in the Rye? Am I thinking of the right thing or not?
I don't remember if it was him or if it was the other guy who tried to impress Jodie Foster by attempting to assassinate Ronnie the Ray Gun.
I'll see if we can find that real quick.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that.
Coming on at
right on top of that, Rose.
number 14 for most accurate historically. Actually, this was a really good movie, Lincoln. Did you see that
Lincoln,
one?
I've been thinking, what the
That
hell
was
have you been
Steven
drinking?
Spielberg movie. So good movie there.
I have not seen
Coming in at number 13, most accurate historically, Downfall. Oh, and I forgot to give credit to the writer on this one here.
Downtrodden Abbey.
So 15 most historically accurate movies of all times, according to Mariana Fernandez of ScreenRant.com. This one's written in 2020. Downfall was her pick for most accurate. Apparently about World War II. I'm not really reading through it. I'm just seeing a picture of Hitler in front of me. So, or a guy dressed like Hitler anyway.
It's a good place to be.
Another, I believe this was a Yep, it was a Spielberg movie. So 93, number 12, Schindler's List. Did you watch this?
I did. And
Did you get depressed? Because that's why I never watched it. I felt like I'd get depressed.
I won't say I got depressed, but I will definitely say that it was heavy as all get out. I've never had a movie affect me the way that did. It was very heavy. Side note, careful of your beer there. That happened 2 weeks ago because you spilled it all over your pants.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that NBC had aired the movie in its entirety. No commercials, no censoring, no editing,
Really?
nothing. It was from start to finish. And that was the first time I actually saw
When
it.
did they send that or do that?
Oh, gee. 2006,
Okay.
maybe? But yeah, that was the first time I saw it. And yeah, again, it hit very, very heavily in a way that I would never have expected. Going back to your Mark David Chapman, you are correct. Catcher in the Rye took on a great significance for
So I am assuming chapter 27 has something to do with his
Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, I think I'm going to try to make a note of that and see that sometime.
Please make a note of it.
Thank you. Number 11, this one I do not know. Looks like another war movie. This one's about World War I. Joyeux Noel. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. Wow, that beer's really getting to me, man.
Joyeux Noel? I really don't know. I do not know.
Okay. Coming in at number 10. And that was the funny thing, too, is I noticed on the side of most accurate movies, I have never seen any of these, other than one movie so far that we've gone through.
Joyeux.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Joyeux.
Joyeux Noel.
Joyeux.
Joyeux.
Oh, she's drunk again.
Joyeux.
Joyeux.
All right, number 10, 12 Years as a Slave. This came out in 2013. I did not see that one.
Oh, it means Merry Christmas.
Oh, there you go.
Not 10 Years a Slave, but Joyeux Noel.
Number 9, 2015, Spotlight. Finally, okay, so 2 I can say that I have seen. Number 8, All the President's Men. Have you seen that?
Couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again.
All the President's Men was from 1976. It was a pretty awesome movie if you've never had a chance to check it out.
Pretty much all these I haven't seen.
It is all about Woodward and Bernstein. Am I right? Am I saying those guys right? Anyway,
The
guys from
producers?
Washington, no, the reporters. The guys that broke the whole Watergate scandal.
Oh!
It's a good movie. Check it out. Number 7.
Number 7.
2007 Zodiac.
Okay.
That one I didn't see. Coming in at number 6, Tora 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 from 1970. Number 5, A Night to Remember, 1958, and that is the Titanic. That is what is funny, where I was kind of surprised that wasn't listed on most historically inaccurate. The Titanic.
Titanic?
Yeah, James Cameron's movie. But Night to Remember in 1958, about the Titanic, that one considered to be historically accurate. Also, we've got 95, Apollo 13. That was a great movie. So that's 3 that I've seen. 3.
Wow.
Have you seen any of these that I've mentioned on the accurate side?
No, Dad.
Okay, maybe
No,
this
I haven't
one.
seen any of
This
these
one I
movies.
think you've seen. From number 3, 1987, or number 3 position, Full Metal Jacket.
Is that in the number 3 position?
Yeah, it's
The
right,
Kama Sutra.
right before number 4 and number 5.
What was that movie again?
Number 3, Full Metal Jacket.
Okay,
Did you see
that's
that one?
the first one that I have seen.
All right, finally we got one. 4. That's 4 that I've seen.
Love that movie.
Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford was number 2.
Nope.
And finally, the number 1 from 1968. So we haven't seen it. The Lion in Winter.
Oh, I thought you were going to see The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I'm like, that's not the title of it.
That's it. You ever want to dive into some movies that are accurate? Those are good ones to check out.
Gee, thanks.
Historically inaccurate, they're all over the place. So you're all good there. Let's get to the break. And then when we come back around, we will try to be a little bit more energetic.
Speak for yourself. I'm not really there.
I think this beer is just sitting heavy. That's part of my problem.
Yeah, probably so.
I should not have opened this thing. Like after I started drinking it, I was like going, nah, shouldn't have done this.
Joyeux Noël.
Gestalt.
Joyeux Noël.
Okay. Gestalt.
It's getting buried.
Gestalt.
Gestalt.
I'm cranking it. She's coming at you this time.
Gestalt.
Yeah. Pump that meow mix.
Gestalt. Gestalt. Gestalt.
Joyeux Noël.
And welcome back to There Is a Better Podcast. We're moving into the second part of the show. My name's D-Lo, and then with me is... Waiting.
Hit that bass drop.
Had to think about it a little bit. Oh, I don't even have a...
Oh, I was expecting that to happen, actually.
So yeah, we should have waited until the podcast to start talking about that. So Tony and I, off mic, we were talking about the weird bass drop that happens in many action movies now.
Like that.
So odd.
That was weird.
And in the movie
I didn't like that one at
with Dwayne Johnson and Mark Wahlberg, what is it called again? Pain and Gain. They use that like several times in the movie, and it's just so strange. Well, that is so not.
That ain't it.
Not it.
Maybe this one? No, that's not it either.
No.
It's good, but it ain't that good.
Are you looking for another one or not?
I'm kind of giving it up.
All right. We got a better retraction today. Yep. Taking it back to the 4th of July once again. So we talked about our top 5 patriotic tunes, rock and roll tunes.
Yeah.
We, of course, went outside of the genre of rock and roll a
I wouldn't
little
say
bit.
necessarily patriotic, but it
I
definitely
am
songs
going
of...
to rescind, since you and Sarah didn't know the song, first of all, and didn't care for it. That was Driving and Crying's Fly Me Courageous. That was my number 2 pick.
Yeah, I remember that. And we actually, not only did we get a content match for it, we were blocked from multiple countries.
Well, again, that's
because of that song.
It's about the only song they got to make money off.
Wait a minute,
so.
I take that back. No, it wasn't that one. No, it was Hot, Hot, Hot by Buster Poindexter. My apologies.
Oh, was
but we
it?
did get the content match.
The hot makes sense. Yeah.
We did get the content match, though, for that song that you were talking about, which doesn't make any sense to me because there were other songs that were more, no offense, more popular that
Don't offend me. I didn't write the song.
Right. But you would think that those would be more likely to be matched and therefore would have content strikes or whatever you want to call it. But this song, again, I don't know how popular of a song that was.
It was okay. It didn't make the
We had
Hot
fucking Neil
100.
Diamond on, and it didn't.
It didn't catch that
match.
one?
No.
Did we play that? Yeah, we did. We played that at regular
Yeah, I
speed.
think we did
didn't
Coming to America. I think.
All right. Well, I got our content strike for today.
Oh, good. What you got?
I have got a song that I did not even think of until like later on. I may have. You remember when we did the top 5 cheesiest songs?
Yeah.
That was with Mike back in the day.
Yeah.
I may have used it on that, and I don't quite remember. I'm pulling up another file here while I'm talking. And so this may be a recurrent here, but here we go.
You mean this?
No.
Everyone knows what that one is. Anyway.
That one did make your list.
It did make my list.
You can play it with it. But this is just about as bad, but meant to be a little more serious. Anybody who ever watched the WWE, be back in the days when it was WWF,
yeah,
will know this song.
Oh! Yes, that's a good one.
So Rick Derringer's
I am a real American. I get to use the
toilet again?
Yes.
So I have rescinded my number 2, and I am replacing it with that one because I heard it like randomly out of nowhere and went, why did I forget that song? Because it's so cheesy and so bad. I love it.
Oh, it's badass. That's a great fucking song right there. Let me tell Hugh, whoever Hugh is.
All right, we're going to finish out the day by rewriting some history here.
Great. Let's do it.
Yeah, you got our MadLib or BadLib
Sure.
music bed there. All right, so those of you listening, we do this every once in a while. We do a we call it BadLibs now, right?
BadLibs. Bad.
So we do this kind of just weird game
too
where
much to drink.
It's kind of like MadLibs. And since history is a little bit of our theme this episode, we are going to do a historical one. So Tony's going to go through and he is going to do what you do with MadLibs. So we're going to pick a first name. I need a first name.
I am going to go with
guy or girl.
Robert.
Last name? Any last name?
Gestalt.
Okay.
It's not a name, but I like it.
I like it. All right. Who? Noun.
Noun. Carpet. That's a noun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That works. Give me a name of a U.S. state.
Nope, not that one. Oh, sorry, Idaho. Not Idaho, Idaho.
And a plural noun.
Twins. Is twins a plural noun? Is twin a noun?
Twin is a noun.
All right.
And
so
twins is a plural noun.
Okay.
All right. So noun.
Asking for a friend. What?
Well, no. Double D knows.
T-shirt.
When you guys were asking the question, I did lack the ability to answer.
You were too busy driving.
Yeah, I was.
And we were in the Detroit, wall-to-wall traffic. Correct. Getting out there.
Correct.
It was kind of a shit show.
Adjective?
Objective?
No, adjective.
Oh, adjective.
Adjective.
Description word?
Yeah.
Frothy.
Yeah. I like it.
Thanks. I came up with it myself.
Give me the name of a city. Any city.
Cleveland is not the city that I really want to do. We'll go ahead and do that one. Cleveland.
It's already in the mix.
Land of Cleve.
Another adjective.
Milky.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay.
Give me a number.
68. Because it's not quite there yet.
I'm going to go 68 plus.
68 plus. 68.5.
Adjective.
Clangy.
Noun.
Butterfingers. Oh, sorry. Butterfinger. It's a thing.
Past tense verb.
Past tense verb. Shrieked. have my soundboard with me. Sorry.
Adjective. We're getting near the end.
Frumpy.
I need another verb.
No, you're not going to get one. Sorry.
Give me one.
Next one. Next
Give me
song. Verb. Poop. It's a verb and a noun. So that'll be my next noun.
Adjective.
Damn it. Poopy.
That's fair.
It's an adjective.
I mean, it's a freaking
adjective.
grade school.
Damn right it is.
Game, so we might as well do that. See, I need I'm just replacing a name here. Okay. Plural noun.
Poops. All right, fine. Penises.
No, poops it is.
Okay, fine. BBs.
But
No,
noun.
that's poop.
I thought you were gonna do penis.
All right, fine. Penis. Plug it in there.
Jeez,
Plug in the penis. Just throw it in and see how it fits.
All right. Put that into pause, and we'll come back to that if we decide to do a second one of these. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the soundtrack. All right. During the American Revolution, General Robert Gestalt, who would later become the first carpet of the United States, crossed the Idaho River with an army of 40 or 5,400 twins. Hoping to surprise his enemy, the general began his attack on December 25th, while the enemy was celebrating T-shirt Day.
Hey, T-shirt day.
The frothy attack came from several months of substantial defeats for his army that had resulted in the loss of Cleveland, which really was not that great of a loss.
Please, was that in
And
there?
that is not a part of it.
Oh, I was going to say that. Sorry, Cleveland, but not sorry. We have Detroit, so.
Yeah, I was going to say,
and Flint, and Lansing, for
was
that
it Saturday
matter.
Night Live that did that? At least we're not Detroit, or
no,
was it at least we're not Cleveland?
No, there was a Cleveland tourism video. It wasn't a legitimate
look it
tourism
up. Look
video.
it up.
We'll bring that
I'm
up
going through
later.
this. Okay, so after several months of substantial defeats for his army that resulted in the loss of Cleveland and other milky points in the region, the army commenced its crossing of the half-frozen river at 68-plus locations. The attack worked well, as the opposing army was still clangy from the previous evening's festivities, and they underestimated General's Butterfinger after months of decisive British victories. Although the army quickly shrieked the enemy's defenses, not all of the army managed to cross the cold and frumpy river. And without
Rumpy.
And here's the deal. This is where I need another noun. Come up with something real quick. I missed one.
Alcohol.
Okay, that works.
Okay.
All right. I'll just go alco.
Alky?
And without adequate alcohol or men, the army...
No, that's too good. That's too good.
The army... No, hold on.
Okay.
The army was forced to poop. The victory was... See, poopy words are funny.
Poop. The more sophomoric you get.
The victory... It's exactly it. The victory was not particularly poofy from a strategic point of view, but the General Gestalt...
A point of poo?
But General Gestalt... initiative raised the poops of American colonists who previously feared that the penis army was incapable of victory.
You're talking about raising the poop army. I just had this image of in the movie The Lion King when Simba was raised above. Yeah, so just holding a giant thing of poop.
Oh.
Fun times in Cleveland again. Still Cleveland. Come on down to Cleveland town, everyone. Under construction since 1868. See our river that catches on fire. All our fish have AIDS. We see the sun almost 3 times a year. This guy has at least 2 DUIs. It's like a Scooby-Doo ghost town. Don't slow down in East Cleveland or you'll die. Our economy's based on LeBron James. Buy a house with the price of a VCR. Our reaction is crippling depression. We're so retarded that we think this is art. It could be worse though, at least we're not Detroit.
God damn it.
We're not Detroit.
So what was that from?
It's called Hastily Made Cleveland Tourism Video.
Oh, there you go.
Credit to, I'm guessing, Bishop Vids. I don't know if that's the true
Who made it or not.
emanator of it, but I assume it is.
It's always a fun video,
That's
though.
a good one.
And on the plus side, Cleveland does have the Rock and Roll History
Rock and
Museum.
Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
There you go. Yeah, so that's pretty awesome.
That is really cool. I enjoyed the trip. I made a trip out there twice.
I think we went once, didn't we?
Did we go there?
I thought we did. Maybe not. I
I
might have been drunk and went with some other slut.
Yeah. I mean, I am kind of slutty,
Yeah, you are.
but more like a poopy slut.
Poopy slut. Do we want to do a second one or call it a day?
It's up to you.
All right, we can run through this real quick.
All right, let's
Won't
do
too
it.
long.
Let's do it.
Bring us back to the BadLib
Okay, here we go.
music bed there. All right, so the first one, by the way, was supposed to be Washington's Crosses the Delaware. Let's do the second one. We
See
need.
what happens when you find a stranger
Yes. Let's start off with an addedjective. And go sophomore. Go ridiculous sophomore.
Okay,
Like
all right.
poofy pants and all that.
Yeah. Wait, what was the adjective?
Yeah, adjective.
Adjective. Okay. Is chlamydia an adjective?
No.
Okay.
That's a noun.
Clappy.
Eh,
The clap.
something different.
No, all right, fine. Sleazy.
Okay, there you go.
Sleazy's good.
Probably spelling sleazy wrong,
At least we're not Detroit.
but it looks cool. Verb.
Pump. Yeah.
Noun.
Toilet.
All right. See, this is more fun when we're sophomoric about it.
see, yeah, this is what we're talking about.
Why do we never use sophomoric as a word?
Because it's not sophomoric.
Adjective.
Zitty. Zitface. Zitty.
No, you get another one of those.
Pus-like.
Adjective.
We'll go with pussy. Can you spell that correctly?
Nope. I put pussy, actually.
Yeah, okay. You'll get confused. That's fine.
I'm going to call it pussy.
Okay.
That's where it's going to land.
Pussy.
Noun, plural.
I thought you were going to say neurological disease. Noun?
Yeah. Way to kill the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, plural noun.
Oh, plural noun. Tits.
Tits.
I like tits. Wow. Okay. Can I edit that out? No,
Sure.
It's too late.
See what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps?
I need a last name.
I need some new sounds.
Yeah, you do.
What? A last name?
A last name.
We're gonna go with Washington, Lake George.
I need noun.
Dingleberry.
Now you're getting immature. Way to go.
Thanks.
Berry.
It's B-E-R-Y.
And another noun.
Ice cream sandwich.
Cream. Sandwich.
Huh?
I'm going to go with sandwich.
Sandwich.
And I need another noun. Can you believe it?
Jizz.
I like it. That's a good one. Adjective.
Well, I guess I'll just pile on that one. Cummy. Okay, between you and me, an ex-girlfriend once described me as that was really weird. Yeah, I know.
Between you, me, and
Between you
everybody
and me.
listening.
You know, no,
City.
I turned the mics off. No one else can hear
okay,
this.
nobody heard that.
Okay, mics are on now. What?
City.
Cleveland. I'm sticking with Cleveland.
All right, fair enough. One of these days it'll actually work. I need another adjective.
All right. I'm gonna go with yummy.
Fun times in Cleveland again. Still Cleveland.
Noun ending in T-I-O-N.
Gumption. No, that's not right.
I mean, that works.
Fine. I think it's more
Number?
of like a description. Oh, Jesus.
Number.
Wow, I don't know what's going on there. Why is it so fucking loud? Anyway, what was the word again?
Number.
What do I need?
Almost. Number.
75,239.8. Okay, that's better.
We're almost there. Noun.
Oh, yeah.
I need four
keep
nouns.
Going, baby.
Four
keep
nouns.
Going.
Four nouns.
Mother puss bucket.
Okay, that's one.
Beer. That'll be another one.
I'm doing puss bucket again.
Yeah, puss bucket. Puss bucket.
I'll do that one as puss bucket.
That's fun.
Beer's another one.
Okay.
Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
And another noun.
You need two more,
Oh
right?
shit! I need three more for some reason.
For the love of fuck.
Yeah, I really fucked this one up. Sorry.
All right. Who was that guy that we were talking about earlier? The one who wanted to kill the president? Or no, the one who wanted to kill
John Lennon.
John Lennon. Yeah.
Mark David
Chapman. Put that guy in there. He's a noun.
That's not a noun.
Catcher in the Rye. Book. How about a book?
Book. Okay.
Man, that just really devolved.
Another noun.
Two nouns? Okay.
Get back to sophomore.
Dirty knife. I'll give you another one after that. Rusty needle. I don't know if needles can be rusty because it's made out of like aluminium.
What did you say? What was your last noun?
I went with a rusty needle.
Rusty.
Which is also my porn star name.
All right, let's bring it back to the history of music here. All right, getting back into this, I am going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do that. Okay. And then in the 1760s, Britain.
Why is it so heavy?
In the I don't know.
Good
That
Lord.
is some heavy cello, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
In the 1760s, Britain was deep in debt. So they imposed a series of sleazy taxes on American colonists.
Can I put some echo on your voice?
To help
in
pump
post
those debts.
Oh, pump them.
The Toilet Act of 1765 taxed colonists on virtually every piece of zitty paper they used.
Gross.
From pussy cards and business licenses to tits and legal documents.
Pussy
cards. The Washington Acts of 1767 went a step further, taxing essentials such as dingleberries, ice cream sandwiches,
sandwiches,
and tea. The Boston Jizz Party was a cummy protest. Cummy.
Oh. Cummy, chameleon.
That occurred on December 16th, 1773, in Cleveland, Massachusetts.
I don't know if there's a Cleveland, Massachusetts. Is there?
There could be.
Oh. We'll look that up.
American colonists, frustrated and yummy at the British for imposing taxation without gumption. I suppose we could have got a better word in there. Dumped 75,239.8 chests of mother puss bucket into the harbor beer. That's pretty bad.
Guess so.
The event was the first major book of defiance against the British. It showed that Americans wouldn't take taxation and dirty knives sitting down.
I wish I would have said shit at that point.
Yeah, that's
They wouldn't take shit.
I was hoping you'd stick with the sophomore shit.
I'm sorry. I run out of words.
I stopped being immature.
Yeah, I can't help it.
And railed.
That's a lie.
American patriots across 13 colonies to fight for
freedom.
A rusty needle.
Yay!
And that, of course, was the Boston Tea Party. In summary.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, silly little episode. Hopefully it was fun. I don't know if it was. I'm done. I am so freaking tired, dude. Why?
Because you've been drinking beer. You probably had a pretty big lunch.
Oh yeah, there was
before
that.
You came over.
We did. Yeah, we did that. Yeah. Okay.
We do that every day.
One way or the other.
Oh my God, take a drink.
Glad that you. I said basically earlier.
Oh God, no!
I'm pretty sure I did. Anyway, we're the show about everything and nothing all at once with the goal of bringing at least a little humor to your day. We always like hearing from you, so if you want, you can email us, and you can do that where?
There is a better podcast at gmail.com.
You can get us on the Tigra at There Is a Better Podcast. And finally at Twitter at There Is a Better and the number 1. My name's D-Lo, and this guy is Tony, because if I hand it off to you, you're going to come up with something else, aren't I?
Yep.
Yep.
Tony.
Oh,
Tony.
what the fuck? You're throwing me off with that shit.
Mr. Poopy Pants.
As always, remember whether you
Mr.
like
Poopy
us,
Butthole.
whether you love us, whether you hate us, we are proof. Seriously, there is
a better podcast.